Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family, to episode 8 of PSGINT Reacts to Tweets. 8 episodes in, and I'm continuing to enjoy one of my favorite stuff to record, and one of the favorite stuff for you guys to watch as well. I mean, I think every single episode has averaged like 3K views, which is great for this channel. But let's get into the tweets. And the first tweets right here, I mean, I was outside, I just came home. Breaking: Newcastle United have opened negotiations with Ronaldo Kolo Muani. The 26-year-old is now high on Newcastle's shortlist after their move for Benjamin Sesko fell through. While Newcastle are exploring other options, Kolo Muani is a concrete target, contract with Paris Saint-Germain valid until 2028. The last stuff I read, it wasn't the most reliable stuff, but it came, Juventus, they've been pushing for Kolo for a long time. Kolo Muani has been pushing to go to Juventus for a long time as well. But now Newcastle come into the picture. Champions League football will give him a high wage, with Isak leaving. The thing is, I think Spurs have wanted Kolo, but he's preferred Juve. So I don't know if he would prefer Newcastle over Juventus. But I love this as well. Newcastle got the money, especially with the Isak gone. We gotta get rid. It seems like they don't want Gonzalo, especially for the price that we're asking. But I would love for Ronaldo Kolo Muani to go to Newcastle. This would be absolutely perfect, killing two birds with one stone. Newcastle replacing Isak and us finally getting rid of our biggest flop in our entire football history, and one of the biggest flops in football history. That is not mentioned enough. But it's Pletty. Pletty has to be one of the worst big news accounts there is. Like, he's been wrong so many times, man. But let's see. The Golden Boy Award is a close battle between Due and Barca Barca. Note, Lamine Yamal won the previous edition, so can't win again. Where's the vote? So this is the benchmark. And you can see the difference between Due and Yamal isn't that big. There's basically these as the top three. Barca Barca, Due, Yamal, and then you got Warren. And there has to be someone better than... I mean, I don't care. But Warren 5th? He shouldn't be top 10. He shouldn't be top 20. He shouldn't be top 30. He shouldn't be top 40. He shouldn't be top 50. He was not top 50 under 21 player last season, man. The PR Warren has is absolutely insane. But... it says here, it's this ties between Due and Kubarsi. I genuinely do not believe this. Moving on. Only 62 likes on his Ballon d'Or nomination. In comparison, Rafinha has 89k likes and Lamine has 94k likes. And I actually quote tweeted this tweet right here. Let me find it. I actually quote tweeted it. The fan favorites. So Yamal has 93k likes. The Rafinha 89k. Where's my quote? Give Rafinha Yamal the most liked post d'Or. And I think this is the best, explanation for the Barca fan base. Barca, ever since they lost to Inter, they've been doing the biggest coping mechanism. Because before they lost, it was us Paris Saint-Germain supporters and here Barca supporters. Paris Saint-Germain, we have the woes, we have all these great players. We're pushing for the Ballon d'Or, the Golden Boy, the keeper. We were both in for the treble. We both wanted to win the Champions League. But then what happened? PSG went through and won the entire thing. Barca got knocked out. We embraced ourselves as champions of the world, champions of Europe, all of this, Champions League winners, first time in our history. It was a great feeling. But Barca fans, instead of saying, you know what, we go back next season, no. They're like, no. Even in this season, where we lost to Inter, got spanked up, Yamal only got 1 GA in 2 games. No. Give the Ballon d'Or to Yamal. Give it to Rafinha. It's been a coping mechanism for copium for over like 2-3 months now by Barca fans. Like, isn't it getting like, it's getting annoying, irritating. It's funny seeing how desperate they are. I mean, counting the likes a post got. I mean, there's one clear thing. Obviously, there are way more Barcelona supporters than Paris Saint-Germain supporters. That's the first thing. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. Let's give the Ballon d'Or to Yamal and Rafinha combined. Because they had the most likes on a Twitter post. Great. And yes, sir, we finally got the here we go for Zabarni. Finally, from David here. Yeah, finally we got Zabarni done deal. I mean, I knew it was a done deal basically yesterday. And now we got the official here we go. Zabarni and Chevalier. I said, I only counted it was one signing because Chevalier is replacing Dona, who was not I was not looking at Dona. I was like, we should replace him. It was the management that thought so. Shout out, not shout out to them. That's their opinion. But I only feel it's one signing so far. Hopefully, 1, 2, 3 more. But Zabarni, great deal. Finally got him over the line. I do think it's expensive. Obviously, 67 million for Zabarni. Are we serious here? Come on. But we'll take it, man. We'll take it. Finally got it done. What's happened to Germany? Let's take a look at this. I mean, I wouldn't really say this is like a... Yeah, sure, what's happened to Germany. But you can see, it's not even like, you know, a lot of racist accounts on Twitter post these kinds of videos to like make even bad picture of immigrants, but it feels like mixed. You see Germans, you see immigrants, so on. Obviously more immigrants and so on than Germans, but you see some natives. But I mean, I would say the biggest example of why you see this, for example, it's just big city. This is probably Berlin or Hamburg or something. Big cities all over the world, this happens to it. That's why humanly, naturally, I don't think us as humans are supposed to live in big cities like this. I think back in the 1950s, like 80% of people in like the Western Hemisphere used to live outside of the city. Now it's like 98% inside of the city. So it's a complete change for the humans, and I think it has more negative than positive. It's very comfortable, but is it the right way? I don't know. Jonah Kusi Asare. This is 100 million striker if he stays fit. 196, silky technical, clever, good shooting technique. 100 million. I mean, he had one preseason game. Most used account on this platform. On the day where Cristiano Ronaldo robbed the Ballon d'Or nomination, responded with a hat-trick, 40 years old, still inciting his haters. I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo was not robbed of the Ballon d'Or. I mean, has any Saudi player ever been nominated for the Ballon d'Or? And yes, Ronaldo, the Nations League 2 games, and even, you know, the group stage qualification to that Nations League trophy, you can give it to Cristiano Ronaldo 100%. But no player has ever been nominated for the Ballon d'Or playing in the Saudi League. The only reason you want Ronaldo to make it is because it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Let's say Mitrovic did the exact same thing as Ronaldo. He wouldn't get nominated. So, come on. It's already a PR award. Let's not make it even more disgusting, man. The new Parisian Rock in Bayern's defense, enter Axel Tappe. Yeah, man, I've seen Axel Tappe has been cooking in preseason for Leverkusen. They're calling him like a generational talent, everything. I mean, we wanted to keep him. We tried our best, but he wanted to move. So good luck to him, man. I mean, I agree. You know what? Let's follow this dude just for that. Is this him? Fully agree. Fully agree. I mean, less on this dude. I mean, I think he's more of like an offensive 8. Could potentially be about box to box. I'm looking more for a deep playing midfielder to compete with Vitinha. Not that Vitinha needs competition, but we have many players that can play in the Fabian Ruiz, the offensive 8 role. We have many players that can play in the box to box, the Neves, the Warrens. But only Vitinha, even Neves, I don't feel 100% safe with him as a 6. Only Vitinha so far. Bon, Achlios 100% get me Kangeli out, get in Achlios, and get Gonzalo Ramos out and get me Rodrigo Mora. I mean, that would be perfect. That would be exactly what I wanted from this transfer window. So, yeah, I fully agree with that. No attack is going through, man. I mean, it looks beautiful. Because one thing we got to mention is when it comes to Paris Saint-Germain centre-backs, in the beginning we had like Alex, Camara, Thiago Silva, Mamadou Sakho. Then David Luiz came in, then Marquinhos. Then it was basically Marquinhos, Thiago Silva, Kimpembe for I don't know how long. We brought in Danilo Pereira, we brought in Stambouli, we brought in Sergio Ramos, we brought in... I mean, we had Kouassi from the academy, but nobody ever fitted. It was like Marquinhos, Kimpembe for such a long time. Then we brought in Beraldo. Lucas Hernandez had a great first season, but since the ACL hasn't been the same. Papacho, what a signing, man. Both him and Lucas Hernandez, I would say they're being good signings for the first season that they played. Papacho, man, what a signing. And Zabarni, hopefully it's the same, because then we'll have a consistent centre-back partnership for the upcoming, like, 8+ years. So, nah, this is beautiful. Yes, sir. 90% of your fan base in... Till it's official. Pass if you can. It's Pedro the spine. No one will ever convince me otherwise. I mean, you know, Bernal. I think he played a couple of games in preseason last season, played like first, second La Liga games, then obviously got the ACL. Is he really this good, Barca fans? Is he really, like, from those minutes, did you guys notice him? I think profile-wise, when you look at him, 190, defensive ability, ball-playing ability. I mean, you're just looking at a modern version of a Sergio Busquets, profile-wise, just looking at him. But let's see if he's going to be this good, because I think that could be like the missing link in that double pivot. You know, Pedri with Gavi, Pedri with De Jong, Pedri Bernal. Because Pedri, I remember last season reading a lot of stats, like he was dominating so many defensive stats. If you let Pedri do less of that, he can do even more stuff offensively and with the ball. And that's exactly what you want from Pedri. So I think if Bernal can be that good, take that starting spot next to Pedri. Because I believe the best player next to Pedri in double pivot from last season was Marc Casado in the beginning of the season. Yes, then he got injuries, he wasn't performing as well. But I think prime for prime, double pivot with Pedri, it was Casado. It was not De Jong, it was not Gavi, it was not anyone else that Flick tried out. Bomba. Magnus Achliush remains the dream target for Leverkusen. Yeah, I mean, Leverkusen are working on him. They want him for 50, Monaco 170 when we've asked them. Obviously, we're playing in the same league and so on. They don't want to sell him to us easy. But I would be mad if Leverkusen got him for 50. Fatigue when he's not playing. Dani Olmo did not train with the group today. It's crazy how Dani Olmo is getting like the Dambuz treatment from before. It's unfortunate, obviously, with players and so on. But the funniest thing around here is, look, when Barca bought Ousmane Dembele, he was not injury prone. I don't think he had a single major, like, maybe he was out for one game at Stade de Rennes and Borussia Dortmund. And then when he came to Barca, he got injuries. So you can't, like, blame Bartomeu. Oh, why did you sign this injury-prone player? Dani Olmo, though, you can go back to my videos or anything where I discussed Dani Olmo. I said this is a good player and everything. But 60 million for someone that's also injury-prone? Because the season before that, I was mad that Dani Olmo made the top 30 Ballon d'Or and someone like Fabian Ruiz didn't do that last season because Olmo was there for the Euros. Fabian was legit the best player at the Euros. What are we doing here? But Olmo, the season with Leipzig, he played like 1/2 or 1/3 of the available games. So I knew he was injury prone. Obviously, I didn't know it was this cooked, but I don't know. Maybe Barca shouldn't look for someone, but should look someone that can play that profile. Because, yes, we've seen Gavi there. I don't think he's a 10. Rafinha, though, could be the answer. With Rashford playing on the left, though. That could be interesting. Premier League left wing to replace Coleman. Really Trossard, Martinelli, Shade, Sancho. Why does he want a Premier League left winger? We're only scouting in Premier League. That's Herbal for you, the Bayern München sporting director genius. Grealish, no. Trossard, no. Martinelli, no. Hasn't Sancho gone to Dortmund? I thought he went back to Dortmund or something. Who is Shede? If there's any left winger Bayern will get, I mean, they got Luis Diaz, so I don't think. Maybe they signed some young talent. They had that Australian dude in Nika Kurada or something. He could have been good. That's what they need. Like a backup to Luis Diaz. He's a bit old, you know, gets with time and so on. Rank these 4 seasons. First UCL, second UCL, and then this is last season. This is last season, yeah. Okay, this has to be the worst easily. This is the best. Second best. Third best? I don't know. This one, it was more the big games. These ones were like the entire season. This one first, second, third, fourth. There we go. Flick started them on Sunday. Araujo. Yeah, Araujo, I've read now. He's the first captain. He's going to be a starter now for next season for FC Barcelona and so on. Let's see how he does, because I remember back in like 2023, I used to call Araujo the best centre-back in the world, because I genuinely, whenever I tune into Barca, he was the best centre-back in the world that I could see. But mentally, he's not there. But for Barca and Araujo's sake, maybe this is the time, man. And think about it, Araujo could have left. He was a bit close to leaving. Flick convinced him because he wanted to go to Juve on release clause and all of that. But maybe now, time for Araujo to cook. That I think concludes transfer window for us. Nah. No. Put your UCL table. Palace is better than Bayern, but no one ready to have that conversation. What's with these people that support these small clubs, man? Like, just accept you're supporting a small club. Now that both Zabarne and Chevalier deals are done, it's fair to say that our window is over in terms of signings. Kind of disappointed with it, but we move. No, this is not the end. These Campos PR answers, man. It's like that as well. Just in Barca yeah, I've seen this. We'll finish off on this story. Just in Barca cannot register Juan Garcia even with the departure of Inigo Martinez. The reason is the club is still within the 1-1 rule. It cannot use that salary space for Juan Garcia registration. And it's not just Juan Garcia. It's Marcus Rashford as well from the report that I saw. And what Barca are trying to do, they're trying to sell like VIP tickets or get the La Liga approval for the 5-month Ter Stegen injury that we discussed previously. Hansi Flick and Marcus Story have been punished with a fine of 20k euros, 1 game suspension. What? Both Lamine Yamal and Lewandowski did not comply with the instruction of the anti-doping control officer and did not immediately go to checkpoint second against Inter. The reason for the fines? Breaking fish, Lewandowski with anti-doping. Okay. But yeah, that's been it. When it comes to this Barca asset, I made a video about it before. You can go back and watch it. Ter Stegen is holding Barca hostage, but it's a very funny situation. And I think the 1-1 rule and La Liga is a dinosaur league. Tebas is doing stuff that, I don't know, maybe keeps the culture of La Liga, but it's not like, come on, this is a business. This is football. You want to win. You want to have money. La Liga is, I don't know, it's growing, but so steadily. Atletico Madrid, though, huge. How much money they have spent and the Saudi deals and so on. But yeah, La Liga is a cooked league. That's been it from boy PSGINT. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed this video. And as usual, allez, Paris.